This is the book of Daniel, chapter 3, verse 17. If our power, whom we are serving, exists, he is able to rescue us from the flames burning with fire. And he will rescue us, O King, from your power as well. But if he does not, let it be known to you, O King, that we don't serve your gods and we will not pay homage to the then that you have erected. I'd like to give all praises and glory to Almighty Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. I'd like to give all praises and glory to Almighty Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the men of GMS who rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. This is Brother Boaz on the set once again, okay? So, when that time comes, okay, you're going to have divine intervention. That's what you're going to have to make it out with your life, okay? Because you're not going to be able to food, you're not going to be able to pay rent, you're not going to be able to do it. It's going to put holy hell on you, okay, to take this mass market of beast, okay? But you have to keep your posture and you have to keep your integrity. That's what this is all about, okay? Keeping your posture and your integrity. The book of Isaiah chapter 5 verse 4. Tell those who panic, be strong, do not fear. Look, your power comes to avenge with divine retribution. He comes to deliver you, okay? So Yahweh Shai is coming to deliver us, okay? That's what we have to look forward to. And once again, if you take this mass mark of the beast like we discussed on multiple occasions, you will be destroyed with this society when it goes down, okay? When this thing goes down, okay? That's what this is about. You want to know what this is about? That's what this is all about. You take this man's mark of the beast, and you thinking you're going to go and save your life, you're going to lose your life, okay? Let's get it. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. He calls everyone small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to attain a mark on their right hand or their forehead. Thus, no one was allowed to buy or sell things unless they bore the mark of the beast, which is the number of that is his name or his number. This calls for wisdom. Let the one who has insight calculate the number of man's number, for his number is 666. Okay, that's on the back of every barcode. Okay, the emperor of 666. Okay, so this man will do it. Okay, this could be the year when things go down. I know the ICE agents shot some woman, okay, and they started an uproar. This could be the year when things go sideways, okay, but you have to keep Yahweh Shai, okay, and keep your posture. That's what this is about. And don't renege on your posture, okay? Don't go back on your promises, okay? If you say, we knew nothing about this, let's get it. Turn to the book of Ecclesiastics. Excuse me, the book of Proverbs. The book of Proverbs, chapter 24, verse 10. You have slacked off in a day of trouble, your strength is small. Verse 11. deliver those being taken away by death, and holding back those slipping to the slaughter. If you say, but we knew nothing about this, and the information's all on the internet already, okay? You know all about it already, okay? The information's all on the internet. The information's been out there for almost 20 years now, okay, circulating. The information went viral, okay, but you still acting stupid saying I don't know nothing about it, okay. You know the mark of the beast is an RFI microchip, okay. We know that, okay. But if you take it, you will be destroyed when it goes down. Okay, that's what this is about. But if you say, but we knew nothing about this, won't the one evaluate your heart discern it? Won't the one who regards your life realize and repay each person according to his deeds? Okay. So Yahweh Shai repays everyone according to his deeds. There's no exception, okay? That's what this is about. Turn to the book of Colossians. The book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 25. For the one who does wrong will be repaid for his wrong, and there's no exceptions, okay? So there's no exceptions, okay? You will get repaid back, okay? You have to seek Yahweh Shai. Okay, I think the doors are already shut. Okay, we're just going through the motions. I think the elect. I'm speaking as a man. I think the elect is already sealed already. We just waiting for this man to pull the trigger. Revelations 12, verse 12. Therefore, you heavens rejoice in all them that reside in them, but woe unto the earth and to the sea, because the devil has come down to you. He is filled with terrible anger, for he knows he only has a little time. Okay, this devil's time is basically up. Okay, that's why he's making a move with ice. Okay, this devil's time is up. Okay. Yahweh will come back and hand this man his ass, okay? This man messed up. This man fucked up on this one, okay? He didn't think things through, okay? That's what this is about. Second Thessalonians. The book of Second Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 8. And when the lawless one will be revealed, whom Yahweh will destroy by the breath of his mouth and out by the manifestation of his arrival. Okay, so when Yahweh Shai comes, he's gonna wipe this man out. Okay, it's just gonna be a remnant enough just for some slaves. Okay, this man's about to be wiped out. That's what this is all about. The book of Amos. The book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 11. In that day I will rebuild the collapsed hut of David. I will seal its gaps, repair its ruins, and restore it by what it was like in days gone by. As a result, they will conquer those left in Edom and all nations subject to my rule. Yahweh, who is about to do this, is speaking. Okay, so this surely will come to pass. Okay, but you set up and saying, well, it's not coming to pass fast enough. Okay, you sitting up there saying, oh, it's not coming to pass fast enough. Let's get it. The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watchpost and remain stationary on the wall, on the city walls. I will keep watching so I can see what he says to me when and can know what I should answer when I am counter my argument. Verse 2. Yahweh responded, write down this message legibly on tables so the one who announced it is easily read it easily. For the message is a witness about things and decreed. It gives a reliable testimony how matters will turn out. If the message is not fulfilled right away, wait patiently for it. It will certainly come to pass. It will not arrive late. The book of Isaiah. Okay, one moment. Give me a second. The book of Isaiah, chapter 5, verse 19. Let's start at verse 18. Beware of those who pull evil along like cords of emptiness, as they are good as dead. Who pull sin as a cart rope. They say, let us hurry, let him act quickly so we can see. Let the plans of the Holy One of Israel take shape and come to pass so we can know it. So Yahweh said, woe unto you, okay? Woe unto you that wish it for it to come to pass, okay? Yahweh saying, woe unto you. Okay, that's what this is about. Yahweh is saying, woe unto you already, okay? The book of Amos. The book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 18. Woe to those who wish for the day of Yahweh. Why do you want the day of Yahweh's judgment to come? It will bring darkness, not light. Disaster will be inescapable, as if a man ran from a lion only to meet a bear, then escaped into a house and leaned his hand against the wall and was bitten by a poisonous snake. Don't you realize Yahweh's day of judgment will bring darkness and not light, gloom and blackness, and no bright light in it? Okay, that's what this is about. That's what this is all about. The book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 18. He asked them to pray for the mystery, for mercy from the power of heaven concerning this mystery, so he and his friends will not be destroyed along with the wise men of Babylon. Then in the night vision, the mystery was revealed to Daniel. So Daniel praised the power of heaven, saying, let the name of power be praised forever and ever, for wisdom and power belongs to him. He changes the seasons, he changes the times and season, disposing some kings and reestablishing others. He gives wisdom to the wise, and he imparts knowledge to those with understanding. He reveals deep and hidden things. He knows what is in the darkness, and the light resides with him. O power of my fathers, I acknowledge and glorify you, for you have bestowed wisdom and power on me. Now you have enabled me to understand what we requested from you. For you have enabled us to understand the king's dilemma. Okay, understand it. It is through this doctrine of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Okay, this man wants to bring a MOTB out, mark of the beast, and trip the society, okay? So he can have surveillance over the people, okay? He wants to be act as God, okay? This man must go down, okay? This can't be, okay? Yahweh Shah is going to let him get some of it off, but when he thinks in the fullness of his sufficiency, terrorism is going to rain on him. Nuclear weapons are going to get shot on this man, okay? The book of Daniel, chapter 3, verse 18. Then Nebuchadnezzar was filled with rage. His disposition changed towards Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He gave orders to heat the furnace 7 times hotter than it was normally heated. Jumping up to 25. Let's go down to 21. Verse 20. He ordered strong soldiers in his army to tie up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and to throw them into a furnace blazing of fire. Okay, so that's these fiery trials that we have to go through. Okay, that's going to be the furnace now. These fiery trials that we have to endure and go through when this thing comes to pass. Okay, these fiery trials. The book of 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 12. Do not be astonished by that a trial by fire is occurring among you, as though something strange were happening to you. But rejoice in the degree that you have shared in the sufferings of Mashiach, so that when his glory is revealed, you may also rejoice and be glad. If you are insulted for the name of Mashiach, you are blessed, because the Spirit of glory, who is the Spirit of power, rests on you. But let none of you suffer as a murderer or a thief or a criminal or a troublemaker. But if you suffer as a Christian, do not be ashamed, but glorify power that you should bear such name. For it is time to begin to start For it is time for judgment to begin to start with the house of power. And if it starts with us, what shall be the fate of those who are disobedient to the gospel of power? And if the righteous are barely saved, what will become of the ungodly and the sinner? What's this about? Tell me what's this about, okay? What's if we catch him like we discussed on multiple occasions, if we catching this much straight hell, I don't know about you, I'm catching straight hell. I'm catching straight hell. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling the flames already, okay? But I thank Almighty Yahweh Yahweh Shai for that, okay? Test me in the faith, okay? The book of Sirach, chapter 15, verse 11. And if there be one stiff necked among the people, it is a marvel that he escaped unpunished. For mercy and wrath are with him. He is mighty to forgive and to pour out displeasure. As his mercy is, so is his correction also. He judges a man according to his works. The sinner shall not escape with his spoil, and the patience of the godly shall not be frustrated. So I don't know about you, but I'm catching straight hell, okay? Almighty Yahweh Yahweh Shai, okay? If it starts with, if we catching this much hell to make it out with our life, what you think is going to happen to the ones that don't obey the gospel of Yahweh Yahweh Shai? What you think was going to happen to them, okay? They're going to get eradicated. That's what this is about. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 6. For the Most High hated sinners and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly and keeping them against the mighty day of their punishment. So yeah, that's what this is about. What do you think this is all about? Okay, if we catching this much hell, what you think this is all about? The book of Lamentations, chapter 3, verse 64. Give them back what they deserve, O Yahweh, according to what they have done. Give them a distraught heart. May your curses be on them. Pursue them in anger and eradicate them from under Yahweh's heavens. Okay, so eradicate, they're going to get eradicated when this thing goes down, okay? What you think this is about, okay? This ain't about lollipops and candy and handing out hugs. No, they're going to get eradicated, okay, when this thing finally comes to pass, okay? And then I don't know about you, like we discussed, I want to be on a midnight train of Georgia out of here on some wheels. I want to be on a wheel inside wheel out of here, okay? The outro, if you will, okay? I don't want to be destroyed when when this thing comes to pass, okay? My standpoint is like, let this man get judged already, okay? He had it good. Esau had it good. He had it good for a long time, okay? You have to be judged. The book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O people of Edom who reside in the land. But the cup of judgment shall pass to you also. You will get drunk and take off your clothes. O people of Zion, your punishment will come to an end. He will not prolong your exile, but, O people of Edom, he will punish your sins and reveal your offenses, okay? So that's what this is about. Moving on. The book of Daniel, chapter 3, verse 21. So those men that was tied up, them while they were wearing their cloaks, trousers, turbans, and other clothes, and were thrown into the furnace of blazing fire. But since the king's commandment was so urgent and the furnace was so excessively hot, the men who escorted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were killed by the leaping flames. But those three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell into the furnace of blazing fire while still securely bound. Verse 24. Then Nebuchadnezzar was staring quickly and quickly got up and said to his minister, was there not three men that we tied up and threw into the fire? They replied, to the king, for sure, O king. He answered, but I see four men untied and walking around in the midst of the fire. No harm has come to them, and the appearance of the fourth is like that of a god. Then Nebuchadnezzar approached the door of the furnace of blazing fire and called out to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High Power, come out, come here. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego emerged from the fire. Only the straps, perfect governors, and the ministers of the kings had gathered around them, and they saw the men were physically unharmed by the fire. The hair of their head did not singe, nor was their trousers damaged, neither not even the smell of fire was on them. So that's what this is about. Even if God Yahweh Yahushua doesn't deliver us, keeping your integrity, even when it hurts, keeping your integrity, okay, when this thing goes down. A lot of us are going to fold. Just the simple fact of no food. That's going to make the majority of people to fold. And I pray to Almighty Yahweh Yahushua I have the strength in that day to withstand that evil day, okay? The evil mark of the beast, okay? I pray to Yahushua that I have integrity. Okay, one moment. The book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 3. Trust in Yahweh and do what is right. Settle in the land and maintain your integrity, okay? So you have to maintain your integrity in Yahweh Yahushai, okay? Maintaining your integrity. That's what this is about, okay? The book of Revelations, chapter 2, Salakia, chapter 2. I know your works as well as your labors and steadfast endurance, and have not tolerated evil. You have even put to rest those who refer to themselves as apostles, but are not, those that took a bag. Okay, we discussed that in previous videos, and have discovered them that are false. I am also aware that you have persisted, steadfastly endured much for the sake of my name, and have not grown weary. Verse 10. Verse 10, do not be afraid of the things that you are about to suffer. The devil is about to have some of you over into prison, so that ye may be tested, and that ye may experience sufferings for 10 days. Remain faithful even to the point of death, and I will give you the crown of life itself. Okay, so you have to endure tribulations, trials, and setbacks and hardship. Okay, it comes with the territory, like we discussed. Okay, on multiple occasions, it comes with the territory. That's, you must go through it. Okay. Okay, so one moment. The book of Second Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 4. As a result, we ourselves boast about you in the churches of power, for you perseverance and faith in all the persecution and afflicting you are enduring. Okay, so we gotta endure. Okay, just as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego endured. Okay. The book of Daniel, chapter 3, verse 28. Nebuchadnezzar exclaimed, praise the power of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent forth his angel and rescued his servants who trusted in him, ignoring the king's edict of the king, and giving up their bodies rather than to serve or pay homage to any other god other than their power, thereby decree that thereby decree that any nation, any people, nation, or language group that blaspheme the power of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego will be dismembered, and his home reduced to a rubble. For there exists no other God who can deliver in this way. Okay, so we keeping your integrity is what counts. Okay, you're gonna have to have integrity when this thing goes down. Okay, this is all about, okay, keeping your integrity of what counts. The book of Second Maccabees, chapter 15, verse 7. But Maccabees, one moment. But Maccabees had so confidence that Yahweh would help him. Therefore, he exhorted his people not to fear the coming of the heathen against them, but to remember the help which is from heaven, which from former time he received from heaven, and now to expect the victory and aid which should come unto them, and from the Almighty, and so confirming out of the and the prophets, and withdraw, putting them in mind of battle, that they should one afford. He made them more cheerful. Verse 10. And when he laid stirred up their minds, he gave them charge, showing them that withdraw the falsehood of the heathen, and should breach of oath. Thus he armed every one of them, not too much, and with defense of shield and spear, as with comfortable and good words. And besides that, he told them a dream worthy to believe, as if it had been indeed, which did not a little rejoice them. Jumping down to verse 15, Second Maccabees chapter 15, verse 15. Whereupon Jeremiah, holding forth this right hand, gave to Judas a sword, okay? Our sword is these scriptures, okay? A sword of gold, and giving him, he spake thus: Take this holy sword, a gift from power, from which thou shalt wound the adversary, thus being fell thus being well comforted by the words of Judas, which was a very good, and able to stir up to valor, and to encourage the hearts of the young men. They determined not to pitch camp, but to courageously to set upon them, and manfully, and to try the matter by conflict, because the city and the sanctuary and the temple were in danger. Okay, so this is what this is about. This is what this is all about. Okay, keeping Yahweh Shai's integrity. Okay, when this thing goes down, you're going to have the integrity, the faith of Abraham, okay? You're going to have the faith of Abraham. Let's get it. The book of Romans. The book of Romans, chapter 4, verse 16. For this it is by faith, so that if may be by grace, with the result that the promise may be certain, to all. Okay, one moment. It may be by grace with all the results that the promise may be certain to all the descendants, not only to those who are under the law, but also of those who have the faith of Abraham, who is the father of us all. Okay, so you gotta have the faith of Abraham. Okay, that's what this is about. Okay, and if you don't have that faith, that strong bit of faith, how you gonna make it out with your life when this thing comes to pass? If you don't have that strong faith, how you gonna make it out with your life? Book of Sirach, chapter 1, verse 9. Let's start at verse 8. There is one wise and greatly to be feared. Yahweh sits upon his throne. He created her and saw her and numerous her and pour out her upon all his works. She is with all flesh according to his gift, and he have given her to them that love him. Okay, here it is. The fear of power is honor and glory and gladness, and a crown of those rejoicing. The fear of power maketh merry heart and gives joy and gladness and a long life. Whosoever fears power, it will go well with him at the last, and he shall find favor in the day of death. To the fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom, and it is created with the faithful in the womb. So the ones that, once again, the ones that have it, okay, it's already created in the womb, okay. It's already created. There's nothing you could do, okay? Even it's like Esau begging for repentance, okay? It's nothing you could do. He already gave the blessing away. And his faith is already created with those in the womb, okay? You have to be given faith. It's a gift. Like beloved Gabar says, faith is a gift, okay? You have to have it within the womb, okay? Yahweh shall have to give it to you at birth, okay? Let's go up to Sirach chapter 1, verse 28. Distrust not to fear Yahweh when thou art poor, and come unto him with a double heart. Be not like a hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest, that thou thyself shall fall and being discovered upon thy soul. And so power discovers the secrets and casts thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou comest not in the truth to the fear of power, but thou's heart was full of deceit. Okay, so Yahweh Shai knows, okay, if you in this thing for deceit for sakes, what are you in this thing for? Yahweh Shai knows already. Okay, you can't play God, okay? You can't play the God of heaven, okay? The Heavenly Father knows already what you in this thing for, okay? Is it genuine or not? Okay, is it sincere or no? Okay, Yahweh knows. The book of Romans 8:28. and we know that all things work together for good for those who love power and who are called according to his purpose. Okay, so we know that all things work out for the good of those. Turn to the book of Ephesians. The book of Ephesians, chapter 1, verse 4. For he chosen us in Mashiach before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and blameless before him in love. He did this by predestinating us to the adoption as legal heirs through Yahushua Mashiach, according to the good pleasure of his will, okay? So according to the good pleasure of his will, okay, that's how we retain our blessing. That's how we're going to make it out with our life, okay? One moment. That's how we're going to make it out with our life. Because he is a down payment. The book of Ephesians, chapter 1, verse 13. And when you heard the words of truth, the gospel of your salvation, you believed Mashiach. You were marked with the seal of promise, Holy Spirit, who is the down payment, your one-way ticket out of here to make it out with your life, okay, which is a down payment of your inheritance until the redemption of power's own purpose, possession, to the praise of his glory. Okay, so it's all right there. Okay, if you want to get you a one-way ticket out of here on a will, within a will, you have to have Yahweh Shai, okay? You have to have Yahweh Shai, and we discussed this on multiple occasions. And when a mark comes out, you have to have some strong bit of integrity to make it out with your life when this thing comes to pass, okay? You have to have a strong integrity to make it out with your life. That's what this is about. Okay, so one moment. Okay, moving on. Let's turn to the book of Second Chronicles. Second Chronicles chapter 29. Okay, that's not the one. Salakia. The book of Second Chronicles 20, verse 17. You You will not fight in this battle. Take your position and stand and watch Yahweh deliver you, O Judah and Jerusalem. Don't be afraid. Tomorrow march out towards them. Yahweh is with you. Okay? So we don't have nothing to fear, okay? Yahweh's with us, okay? We don't have nothing to fear, okay? Our God is with us, okay? He got a 100%, 110% record, okay? He never been defeated, not one time. The book of Second Chronicles, chapter 14, verse 11. And Asa prayed to Yahweh his power. O Yahweh, there is no one like you, but you who can help the weak when they are vastly outnumbered. Help us, O Yahweh, our power, for we rely on you and have marched on your behalf against this huge army, O Yahweh. You are our power. Don't let men prevail against you. Yahweh struck down the Cushites before Asa and Judah, and the Cushites fled. And Asa and his army chased them as far as Gedor. The Cushites were wiped out. They were shattered before Yahweh and his army. The men before Yahweh and his army, the men of Judah carried off huge amounts of plunder. They defeated all the towns surrounding Gedor, for Yahweh caused them to panic. Okay, so there it is. It's all right there. The book of, let's start over here. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 3, verse 21. Also commanded Joshua at that same time, you you have seen everything Yahweh your power did to kings. He will do the same to all the kingdoms where ye are already going. Do not be afraid, for Yahweh your power will personally for you. Okay, so he's on our side. We don't have nothing to worry about. Turn to the book of Psalms. Okay, Psalms 34. Psalms 34, chapter Psalms 34, verse 4. I sought Yahweh's help, and he answered me. He delivered me from all my fears. Okay, so Yahweh is going to deliver us. Okay, that's what this is about. Yahweh will deliver us. Psalms 37, verse 28. Okay, one moment. 28. Psalms 37, verse 28. For Yahweh promotes and never abandons his faithful followers. Okay, so Yahweh Shah is not going to abandon us. Okay, we will not definitely get abandoned. Okay, Yahweh Shah is our power. He's with us in all we do. Okay, so Psalms 90, verse 1. Turn to the book of Psalms, verse 1. As for you, the one who lives in the shelter of the Most High and resides in protective shadow of the Sovereign One, I say this about Yahweh, my shelter and my stronghold, my power in whom I trust. He will certainly rescue you from the snare of the hunter and from the destructive plague. He will shelter you with his wings. You will find safety under his wings. His faithfulness is like a shield or a protective wall. Okay. Psalms 116. Psalms 116. I love Yahweh because he heard my plea for mercy and listened to me. As as long as I live, I call to him when I need help. The ropes of death tightened around me, and the snares of soul confronted me. I was confronted within my troubles and sorrows. On the name of I called on the name of Yahweh. Please, Yahweh, rescue my life. Yahweh is merciful and fair. Our power is compassionate. Yahweh protects the untrained. I was in serious trouble, and yet he delivered me. Rest one more, my soul, for Yahweh has vindicated you. Yes, Yahweh, you rescued my life from death and kept my eyes from tears and my feet from stumbling. I will serve Yahweh in the land of the living. I have faith when I said, I am severely oppressed. And on that note, I'm gonna call it. Let's turn to the book of Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 16. As for your words came to me, I drank them in, and I was filled with my heart with joy and happiness, because I belong to you, O Yahweh, power of heavenly armies. I did not spend my time in the company of other people laughing and having a good time. I say to myself because I felt obligated to you because I was filled with anger at what they have done. Why must I continue to suffer such painful anguish? Why must I endure the stings like an incurable wound? Will you let me down when I need you? Like a brook, one goes forth for water, but cannot be relied on. Because of this, Yahweh said, you must repent of such words and thoughts. If you do, I will restore you to the privilege of serving me. If you say what is worthwhile instead of what is worthless, I will again allow you to be my spokesman. They must become as you have been. You must not become like them. I will make you as strong as a wall to these people, a fortified wall of bronze. They will attack you, but they will not be able to overcome you. For I will be with you to rescue you and to deliver you, says Yahweh. I will deliver you from the power of the wicked, and I will free you from the clutches of the violent people. Hopefully you was well edified. I like to give praises and glory to Almighty Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.